Okay, so today I'm going to explain this free response problem. The problem is a circuit, and it says a battery with an EMF E and internal resistance R is connected to a variable resistance R at points X and Y, shown above on the left. Varying R changes both the current I and the terminal voltage V of X of Y. The quantities I and V of X of Y are measured for several values of R, and the data are plotted in a graph as shown above on the right. There's a bunch of questions that I will go over when we get to that part. So the algorithm I'm going to use is the VIR chart, and one equation to solve for EMF that I will show later. So the first question asks to determine the EMF of the battery, and A and B are going to go hand in hand because we use both of them to determine the same thing. So B says determine the internal resistance of the battery. So if we go to the solution page, we use the equation V of X of Y equals E minus IR. And since we use the data from the graph, we can find two equations to solve simultaneously. So we get 4 volts equals E minus 1 amp times resistor, and 3 volts equals E minus 3 amp minus resistor. And it will yield the solutions E equals 4.5 and R equals 0.5. The next question asks, which is C now, determine the value of the resistance R that will produce a current I of 3 amps. So to do that, we would do VIR. So that gives us 3 volts equals 3 amps times R, and that makes R equal 1. For D, we are going to determine the maximum current that the battery can produce. And in order to do that, we will do I max occurs for R equals 0 and Vx of Y equals 0, which gives E equals IR or I max times R, and I max equals 9 amps because this is the x-intercept for the graph. And then problem E says the current and voltage measurements were made with an ammeter and a voltmeter. On the diagram below, show a proper circuit for performing these measurements. Use a line with an A to represent the ammeter and a line with a V to represent the voltmeter, and they give you some information down here. So to do that, we draw the battery with X here, and then we draw the ammeter up here, and we draw these in circuits, voltmeter over here, and this over here, the resistor, and then we draw Y over here, and the what's it called, the resistor right here. And that's it.